Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. With my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. With my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They flaunt that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, gotta stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast, go ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang.
diet culture.
Hi everybody, this is just a friendly reminder that diets do not work.
Swallow this.
I see fat people.
How often do you see them?
All the fucking time. SwoleNormith.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Oh. Welcome everyone to episode 20 hundo and foie of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swoleo back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin' on all you Let's get this hair nice and right. Look at this. We got the bands. We got the America, baby. Let's get some. All right, we're going to jump right into today's episode. It is the Sunday Funday Red, White, and Swole, the Sunday Funday Q&A-ness. So we're going to take a lot of questions. We are not going to waste a lick of time. It's a beautiful fucking day, and I can't wait to go back and get some more sun on my nips, and I hope you do the same. And I hope you're making some sick fucking gains. Drop in the comments down below, what are you smashing today? And a reminder that we got some awesome stuff going on over there at SwoleNormousX.com. We're going to talk about it in just a second because it is the last day for a couple amazing specials. We got the Signature Series closing today. We got the FYR10 special promo code closing today. It is Halloween, so I know a lot of you are dealing with little ones or you're doing your decorations. A lot of you maybe like the holiday or whatever you're doing with it. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're going on a hayride or some shit. Whatever the fuck it is you people do, I suggest you go make some sick fucking gains because that is what I am going to do as well. So hit that like button. Let's bust this nut open. Let's have a great Q&A session. And you can start dropping your questions in the comments down below with the hashtag AskPapaSwoleo. But first, let us summon the Falcon and let's bust that nut wide open, shall we? Falcon. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. Yay. Very nice. Very nice. Some swole privilege for all y'all beaches. And Leo, of course, drinking like a raging alcoholic. Come on, bro.
Inconceivable!
Come on, put the booze down just for one fucking day. For one fucking day. Hashtag swole privilege for a chance to win today's swole card, because no matter what the day is, it is a day to flex your swole privilege. I know it's Halloween, but fuck that shit. It's swole privilege day. It's the Red, White, and Swole Sunday Fun Day Q&A-ness. Let's fucking go. All right. If you're interested in winning today's swole card, I think you are. Hashtag swole privilege in the comments down below. Now, of course, we got a couple announcements before we get into some of those questions that you can start dropping. We have an accountability meeting tomorrow. That's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Don't miss out on that because we got awesome new releases. We got new announcements. So make sure that you are there tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It is inside Swole TV. You could join now over at SwoleNormusX.com. So that will be an amazing accountability meeting. And we got some brand new releases for all of you. We got some new releases like we always do. We got new releases every single week. And it's going down inside SwoleNormusX. Now, remember that we have Fuck Your Resolution season going on right now, so you could save up to 37% on memberships. This special code, FYR10, for an extra $10 off is ending tonight, so don't miss out on that. If you're interested in going unlimited, now is the time. Use code FYR10, FYR10, for an additional $10 off. Now, if you are already a premium member, or an unlimited member, enjoy this week's featured classes inside the Swole Studio. We have an all levels jungle flow. We have a Swole 7 core round 1. We have upper burn number 1 from Scorched Earth, from the Scorched Earth program. So those are all features that if you are a SwoleFam premium member, you can test those out. Of course, these are available with unlimited as well. But make sure you check out the featured classes. If you haven't dabbled in Scorched Earth at all, you can try the actual workout, upper burn number 1, and then see if maybe that's something you want to jump into. If you've never tried a Swole 7, try Swole 7 core round 1. It is fantastic. And also some unlimited releases this past week. Now, of course, tomorrow we have brand new releases again, but this past week, Yin for Total Body number 4. If you are an unlimited member and you haven't yet tried Alex's new Yin class, go and do so. It's in the Express section. Yin for Total Body 4. It's a great class. It's an amazing class. Plus, we have a brand new Mace class, Swole 7 Mace Round 3. That's available with unlimited membership. So I hope you all enjoyed the brand new Mace flow and the brand new Express Yin class. Those are fucking fire. Legendary. The Yin inside SwoleNormusX is legendary. And, of course, ending tonight, last chance for those of you that have not yet grabbed your signature series. Make sure you go and do so. SwoleNormusX.com/signature. Now, if you're already a member, there's a button right there when you log into your account. You can go right to the signature series page and grab yours. If you are a member, you will also get a commemorative certified Swole card to go along with your purchase. This is a one-time only event. This design is released one time only, will never get released again, and will start shipping out soon. So don't miss out. Last day today, ends at 12 midnight. Hard. No more. No excuses. It ends tonight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, and it is gone forever. So make sure you go and grab your signature apparel, SwoleNormusX.com/signature, or just log into your account and click that link, that button right there on your home page. Now, it is time for the Sunday Funday Q&A. We will take a bunch of questions, so if you got your questions, drop it in the comments down below. Hashtag AskPapaSolio. What's going on, Beach? Let's get some more America. Yeah! Let's get that fucking jelly. Let's get that jelly jiggling. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So let's see. First question. Make sure you use the hashtag APS. That way I can stand out, or the questions can stand out. I caught this one, though. Strawberry jam. Interesting. Strawberry jam. A little bit too much sugar for my liking, but we'll take it. I just got started. Can you do yoga? Can you even do yoga if you're fat? Sure. You could do chair yoga. You can modify yoga for all types of people, for all levels of experience. You just have to modify it properly, but you absolutely can. Fittingly Sammy, how do we check on our signature series order if we didn't receive a confirmation email? You did. Anyone that ordered it automatically got a confirmation email because you have to put in your form. You can send us an email to support@swolenormus.com. Check your promotions. It's automated, so everyone got their email. Everyone got confirmation emails. I would just check your other folders because if you didn't fill out the form, you're not going to get your shirt because that's how we're going to know where to send it and what size you are. So make sure you check your promotions or spam folders. You know, sometimes things get caught up in that. So I would check it out or send us an email and follow up. We'll take care of it. We'll make sure you get it. We'll make sure you get it. They're not shipping out yet, so don't worry. You're not behind. Let's see. Tyler, since today is Halloween, are you still considering giving kids the beef? We have some like grass-fed beef jerky. I have no interest in doing it or handing it out or whatever, but if they come, they're going to get something not detrimental to their health. It is what it is. I'm not going to be one of those. I remember when I was little, though. I'm not going to be one of those people that hands out, you know, those houses that will give out toothpaste and toothbrushes. Those were the worst. You get like floss. You go to the dentist's house and they're like, well, here's some floss and some toothpaste. And kids are like, that's fucking bullshit, man.
That's fucking bullshit.
Now, you want to get something. You want to get something to consume. I get it. Kids are expecting candy. They want candy. Why wouldn't you want addictive drugs? Why wouldn't you? Of course you want candy. I'm going to give them some grass-fed beef. I should just give them some raw beef liver. Should I do Ooh, maybe next year. I thought about this earlier today. I'm thinking, should we do a mystery meat bag? You just have an open bag. Just stick your hand in and you take out a mystery meat. And it's just chunks of different raw meat in there. You take like a bloody hand out. I wonder if parents that are going around with their kids, they wouldn't even know if it's real or not because there's so much fake blood for Halloween. You just reach your hand in, you just get this bloodied hand. Ew. And it's actually real blood and real meat. Mystery meat. Just hand out beef liver like a tray. Take a piece of beef liver. Get super, super healthy. Super healthy and super swole for Swole, All Hallows Swole or whatever. Let's see. What are you giving out? Like a Brazilian steakhouse. I think so. I think that'd be a good move. I like that.
Yow.
Just mystery meat.
Yow.
Remember, hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. Drop in the comments down below. Let's take a question from Instagram, shall we?
What's in the box?
I was always looking for edibles in my candy. Never found one single piece. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. For shame. This one's from Covert Expertise. Papa Swolio, what's a good back routine with only 3 exercises? I mean, there's so many different, a good routine. There are many amazing and phenomenal routines with only 3 exercises. That's usually what I do. I'll pick 1, 2, 3 exercise and just crush those into the ground. I'm probably going to be doing back today. You can do a row. I would just do 3 different angles. There's so many different ones. You could do T-bar rows. You could do barbell rows. You could do straight arm pull downs. You could do pull-ups. You could do all sorts of different inverted rows or pull-ups. You can do different styles of pull-ups, narrow grip, wide grip, underhand. You can do one arm dumbbell rows. You can do kettlebell rows. You could do back flies. There are just so many different routines. There's nothing I can just say, oh, this is a good routine. Do this one. But if you want to build some serious thickness, T-bar rows are fantastic. T-bar rows with a great stretch, just great for thickness, great angle. One of my favorite exercises. And, build that in thick. Even just prone rows on a bench, on an incline bench with 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells is fantastic. Build that real thickness. And you don't need to go as heavy as you think. As long as you're controlling the weight, you can really get that thick, dense back. Prone on a bench with 2 dumbbells is a great exercise. It's kind of like how they have those machines with the chest pad for back, where you can do a back row with your chest on the pad. They have those machines, and sometimes the T-bar row machines are kind of made like that, where you put your chest on the pad. Those are fantastic. It depends on what you have access to. There's so many different great exercises for back. Let's see. Kim, when I was a kid, our neighbor passed out nickels. Every kid got a nickel. We had a penny candy store in our neighborhood, so the nickel was a big deal. Nice. Should be handing out Bitcoin now. Hand out like open dimes. And just hand out Bitcoin. Like, this guy gave me this fucking little microchip. 10 years be worth a fucking $1 billion. No, not literally. Maybe. I doubt it. Just giving out $1,000 to kids. Everyone's going to lose and throw it out. Judith, Halloween is the only holiday where my family has always ignored the door. It's a tradition that's been in my family since the Viking invasion. Harrowing of the North brought us over It's the only holiday where we ignore the door. Like, nope, not opening that shit. Nice. Since the Viking invasion, don't answer it. Don't answer it. That's fucking funny. That's funny. All right, we got a question from Diamant Noir 93 on Instagram. This is an interesting one. Is there an explanation, Papa Solio, for bruising after vigorous exercise? Oh, that's what she said.
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
You will have bruising. You will have bruising just because of the girth. That's normal. It's normal. It's totally normal. Because of the girth of that knowledge cock, it's just very, very normal to have mild and sometimes severe bruising. But just be well. Ice, maybe a cold plunge will be well. Get some good rest, and you'll be fine tomorrow. Now, is there explanation for bruising after what kind of bruising? I can't even answer this question. What do you mean by bruising? Because of pressure, or you're just exercising and bruises are occurring on your skin? Some people just bruise easily, but I've never had that experience. There is an explanation. I don't really have one in particular. I'm just curious as to what you mean in terms of bruising. Or is there no contact? You're running and all of a sudden you have bruises on your body, or because you're putting pressure on different body parts, then you're getting bruises? That makes more sense. It's still not really normal. So someone else, if any of you bruise easily, you could drop in the comments. But I just know some people do bruise more easily than others. I'm just curious as to what type of exercise. If there's friction, there's contact, some people are just more sensitive to it. But you shouldn't just be bruising for no reason. Just random bruises occurring. Yeah, when you smack yourself with the bar equals bruising. Yeah, that makes sense. Judith, one of my Viking ancestors was the one who threw the spear of Odin, which signaled the start of the battle. So my Viking ancestors came over to kill people. All right, very nice. Falcons into it. Falcons into it. That's intense. Good shit, Judith. Fuck yeah. All right, Morgan, is it okay to have wild game meat, such as deer and pig that my dad killed and had packaged from a local butcher? Wild game is fantastic. If you can hunt yourself, or if you get meat from someone that does hunting like your father, that's fantastic. Usually when we're talking, when people are asking, oh, is pork a good option? It doesn't matter what the animal is. I mean, it does matter. There's some, like I personally prefer beef over pork, aside from some bacon. But if you're getting pastured pigs, if you're getting animals that are healthy, that are eating quality food, that are literally out in the fields, then you're going to be getting a higher quality product. So for example, if you are hunting, or you have, let's say your father, is hunting and has access to wild game, that's a healthy animal. That's a healthy animal. And I would definitely encourage that for sure. I mean, I wish I had more access to venison. I wish I had more access to those types of things, because I don't personally hunt. I mean, I want to. But if you're in a family that does hunting, or you have access to it, that's great. Just think about it doesn't matter if it's okay, so you have grass-fed beef, for example. You can have cattle that eats garbage food. It depends on how the animal is raised and what kind of environment they inhabited. So fortunately for you, Nick, has Papa been unfortunately exposed to Modern Warrior on TikTok? Never heard of him or her, and I'm not going to look it up. So no. I don't see a lot of people on TikTok. I don't scroll a lot on TikTok. If you tag me, sometimes I'll look at some of the updates or the recent things, and I'll see a name. Like if I answer a comment, it's usually because I'll hit on, I don't know what the tab is, but it's, I guess, activity. And I'll see a recent comment, I'll hit it and I'll respond to it. Or if someone tags me in the moment, but I don't go looking through my tags. I don't really do that. So if people are tagging me, I usually don't see it. Sometimes the serendipity, I'll see one in the moment and I'll go and do it when I'm on the phone, when I'm posting, but I don't spend time scrolling really. Really try not to. So no, what's the details? What's the details on the warrior? Unfortunately been exposed, so maybe there's something interesting there. Mike, have you ever done rock climbing? I have. I just found a place near me for indoor climbing, and I think I'll try it out. Cool. Enjoy. Let us know how you enjoy it. I have done rock climbing. You mean indoor climbing? Yeah. I've done those. They're fun. They're fun. Oh, Modern Warrior isn't worth looking up. Basically a Native American who hates all white people. Boo. Boo. Well, we took your country, so 1-0. 1-0. Undefeated. Undefeated. It's about time. It's about time you get over it. Look, because I didn't have anything personally to do with it, and neither did you. Your ancestors, my ancestors. It's over. Let's move on. It is what it is. It is what it is. Terry, Papa Swolio. I've had a few people asking me about the keto diet. What is the difference between paleo or keto? Keto is a very, very high fat diet, very low net carb. I just generally don't recommend. Most people don't do keto properly. It's very hard to get into ketosis. People think it's easier than it really is. Your body is much more sensitive to sugar and to going in and out of ketosis than people give credit for. It's very popularized, but it's much harder to actually do it right. A lot of people do keto and don't see results, and a lot of people do keto dirty. They just eat all sorts of garbage fat. So you definitely want to go more ancestral. You don't have to do completely low or zero carb. Carbs are not evil. Depends on what kind of carbs and depends on your insulin sensitivity and your body's ability to process carbs and stuff. So, the difference you could do. Paleo is eliminating all processed foods and grains. I mean, what exactly you're technically allowed to eat on paleo. This is why we do the elimination diet, so you don't have to put an exact label on it. But I definitely do a higher fat diet. I definitely eat carbohydrates. So people ask me like, oh, so you're pretty much carnivore. No, I eat sweet potatoes and I have fruit and stuff like that and honey. So I'm definitely not a carnivore, but most of it is just protein and fat from animals. So keto is just very, very high fat. So it's usually about less than like 30 to 50 net carbohydrates a day, which is very, very low. I don't think it's ideal. I don't recommend it for lifting heavy and training hard. It's just not ideal, in my opinion, for a lot of weight training. Didn't work for me. Yeah, back-to-back World War champs, baby. I have a shirt. I have a shirt that says back-to-back World War champs. All right, let's see here. So you're an omnivore. Everyone's an omnivore. All humans are omnivores. Omnivore just means like you can consume. Doesn't mean you necessarily do. So I don't eat vegetables really. You call a potato, you call sweet potatoes a vegetable, a plant food. Plant foods are considered also fruits or technically plant foods, I guess. All right, Tyler Mendoza, thoughts on adding deadlifts into a non-powerlifting or strongman client programs? You mean people that don't do powerlifting or strongman doing deadlifts? Yeah, why not? Thoughts? I think deadlifts are great. I think doing them properly is essential. I think proper muscle activation, proper posture, proper mobility for someone is important. If you can do them properly, there's nothing wrong with them. Sure. As long as you're doing it properly, as long as you're doing it with good form and you are prepared and you are trained and you've ramped up to do the exercise. If you're doing it properly and you're prepared, warmed up, or you're periodized and you're progressed into doing what you're doing in the moment, there's nothing wrong with anyone doing it. Deadlifting, just lifting something off the ground, deadlifts are great. I don't think only powerlifters or strongmen should be doing deadlifts. I think that's silly. I don't think you have to be doing 500-pound deadlifts. I don't think deadlifting, I'm not of the group that's like, oh, deadlifting, eat, sleep, breathe. I just, deadlifts all day long, deadlift every day. Deadlifts are the most important exercise ever. Like, they're great. They're great. A lot of people do deadlifts wrong too. And it's not the only exercise you should be good at. So some people are overly obsessed with deadlifts. I think they're great though. I think they're great. There are many different types of deadlifts too. You don't have to do just a standard way. A lot of people with long legs or shorter arms, people that have trouble getting into certain positions with deadlifts should be lifting off blocks or doing rack pulls. or, adjusting, raising the height of the starting point for the deadlifts. That could be a great way to execute deadlifts much more safely. Have you ever taken note on a Seinfeld sound? You mean, I've seen all the episodes multiple times. You mean for the soundboard? Sure. There's just so many sounds. There's so many sounds I want to add, but that's definitely on the list for sure. I'll keep that in mind. Let's see. All right, let's take another question. If you have more questions, drop in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Learn more about our SwoleFam over at SwoleNormousX.com because we do have an accountability meeting tomorrow, bitches. Mañana. Don't forget, mañana, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Be there or be fucking square. Don't miss out. It's going to be epic. New releases, new announcements, and of course, because we close up the FYR 10 and we also close up the Signature Series tonight at midnight, tomorrow will be a fresh look into the future and what we got coming for November. It's November 1st. We're kicking off November the right way. Tomorrow, Inside Swole TV, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Accountability meeting as per usual, kicking off the week in the biggest way possible. Making some gains, fam. Swole Privilege Mondays, baby. Let's see. All right, let's take another question. Again, if you have more questions, drop it. We are freestyle today, so if you're brand new to the podcast, this is the day of the week. This is the Red, White, and Swole, the Sunday Funday Q&A, where I just take your questions. So whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to discuss, drop in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwolio, and we will take the conversation or the topics wherever you want them to go. This is on you, fam. Whatever you want to talk about, any questions, lay it down. Travel with Wesley. Papa Swolio, flat bench with knees up, yes or no? I would just say your preference. You're going to be much more stable with your feet on the ground. I don't personally do a lot of flat bench. I really don't. I prefer incline. I prefer an incline bench, different layers of like a low incline, but I'm not a real big fan of flat bench. If you're doing flat bench, just keep your elbows a little bit closer to the sides of your body. You don't want to put too much pressure on your shoulders. I don't think flat bench is really the be all end all, but if you want more stability, feet on the ground, if you're going to pick your feet up, you're just absolutely not going to have the same type of stability. So just be very careful. Be very careful. I mean, if you're talking about should you be arching your back like crazy like these competitive powerlifters, I think that's ridiculous. But of course, that's within certain rule parameters to win a competition. That's not for activating the most muscle fibers. So if you're thinking about benching for muscle size, and this is a big difference, if you're thinking about benching for muscle size and hypertrophy, or benching for a competition based on these parameters and these rules, it's a different thing. So if you are benching just to win a competition, you'll maximize whatever you need to do in order to win that competition. If you're trying to activate the most muscle fibers, I don't think that kind of crazy arch is useful at all. That's why most people that do bodybuilding don't do it. Pretty much everyone. I don't see anyone that's bodybuilding that's doing that ridiculous competition lower back arch. All right. Anthony Perez, what do you think about GPP, ME, and DE conjugate? I don't know enough about it. I'm not sure what you're referring to. You'd have to define it and break it down for me. Never came into my consciousness as important until now. So break it down. What are you actually asking me? Don't use abbreviations. I'm not too familiar. Maybe I am. I just don't know it by those abbreviations. Lady Justice, Papa Swolio, is there any exercises that will give you the same result as chopping wood? You can use cables and stuff. Nothing's going to give you the same. What results do you want? Like chopping wood results? You may as well just chop wood. There are axes out there. I think there's a piece of workout equipment that's actually an axe. It's called like Axe Fit or Chop Fit or something ridiculous like that. You can use cables, but it's not the same. Yeah, I mean, I guess sledge on a tire, but then you're pretty much next to like just chopping wood itself. So you can hammer a tire, sure. I mean, chopping wood, as in chopping wood giving you amazing results, I guess it's a repetitive movement, so it's going to give you a certain type of muscle activation. It's not going to be like all encompassing. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish. General physical preparation? I have never even heard that phrasing. So learn something new every day. Max effort, dynamic effort. You'd still have to, honestly, because I hear a lot of people throwing around terms like this. You need to actually define what that is. I need to know exactly what every person thinks that is, because people say shit all the time. People say keto all the time, for example, and 10 different people say keto and 10 people have 10 different like knowledge bases, or like what they think keto is or what they think is appropriate. So like, what do I think about max effort? You mean 1 rep max? Like, give me an individual. What do I think about what? Like, give me an actual example. Like, define what my thoughts are on X. Just be specific. I don't know what technically dynamic effort. I don't know what the fuck that means. I really don't. There's new phrases and new slogans and new, branding and marketing from so many different things. I just need to know what you actually are referring to by that. It's not as standalone for me as you might think. Kashina, Papa Swole, I broke my toe. I still want to lift. What would you suggest as a modification for lifting? I don't want to aggravate the toe. You got to be careful. Like, what toe did you break? I mean, you really should be staying off that for the most part. You want the bone to settle properly. Maybe just do things seated down. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. Be careful. I don't know what toe you broke and what you're allowed to do, if your doctor told you you're able to move or not. But depending on what you're allowed to do, or the severity of the break, or where the break is actually in the toe? Is it more in the foot? Be careful. I wouldn't aggravate it. It's not worth it. Make sure it settles and heals properly, but do things more seated, maybe some yin yoga, stuff on your back, stuff on, not putting actual pressure on it. Just be careful. Yeah, but still, I don't really know what the point is. Pedro says, sounds like blended training protocols where they incorporate general preparation lifts with dynamic effort exercise. Like, well, I honestly, I've been doing this shit my entire life. What's a dynamic effort exercise? Seriously, what is dynamic effort? The fuck are you talking about? A lot of times it's just complicated terminology just to say something basic. Oh, you mean like curling? What's dynamic effort? I don't like overcomplications with things. It sounds like bodybuilding. Was that the question? What do I think about just standard lifting? Like lifting to build muscle? I think it's great. Otherwise, break down exactly what you're referring to. Like there are a lot of amazing things that work for training. There are a lot of amazing ways to lift. You can build muscle doing high reps. You could do muscle building low reps. You could do muscle building with a lot of volume. You could do build muscle with high frequency training. Frequency, like doing more lower volume, but more frequency, training certain body parts 2, 3, or 4 times a week. There's different ways to do it. You have to figure out which one works best for you and your schedule and your body and your adhesion, what you're going to be consistent with. There's a lot of different ways, a lot of different exercises. There's a lot of different, we always talk about it. There's so many different things to do. There's hundreds of different variations. Someone was asking me on Instagram, what's a great workout for back with 3 exercises? How many exercises are there for back? There's tons of them. Any combination of the 3, if you train them hard, can be fantastic. So literally, I, for real, have never trained. It's been over 20 years. I've never trained thinking dynamic effort or general physical preparation. I've never trained with that. Max effort. I'm assuming max effort means either to failure or you're talking about 1 repetition max. But dynamic effort, that's never crossed my, I'm not insulting, who was asking the question? Was it Anthony? Yeah, this is not anything, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but that definition, just dynamic effort. I don't know what that means. Like effort that changes. It's just not necessary to complicate training to have. Just don't get wrapped up with all these different modalities. It really depends on what you want. Most people are trying to build muscle, and if you're trying to build muscle, then fucking lift. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it. Everything gets branded. No, everything gets branded. Everything's got, you have, what do you think of the 5-3-3-1? It's like, oh, you mean doing 5 reps and then 3 reps? You could do a 7-5-5. There's just every different customization. You can give it a different name. Bottom line, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist or it can't be defined. I'm just saying don't overcomplicate your approach based on what your goals are. Most people, men and women, and here's the thing, people have a lot of different goals. Some people want to build a ton of muscle. Some people just want to look leaner. But all these people want to build muscle. They just don't know it. A lot of women want to lose fat. And they think they're going to lose fat just by eating differently or cutting their calories, not realizing that they need to lift heavy. Lift heavy, lift a lot of weights, and they'll actually lose more fat and get the results physically that they want. Everyone really just wants or should want to build muscle because that's what's going to get them results. That's what's going to get them the body and the results that they want. That's what they're going to get. That's what they're going to be requiring is lifting weights. It simplifies a lot of things. Max effort, 80 to 90% of max weight. Okay. 1 to 3 reps. Yeah, so like max training. Versus exercises, dynamic effort, 60. So you're talking just regular bodybuilding is dynamic effort. I've never heard it referred to that as dynamic effort. 60. You mean lifting weights? God, it's fucking names. Give me a break. Lift some fucking weights. Stop giving it a name and just fucking lift more and more often and eat better and sleep better. 7 pillars, focus on the basics. All those other things are little fancy frills. That's like, do I want sprinkles or do I want bacon? Bacon on a cupcake. It's like you're thinking about the seasoning. It's like, just fucking get the main course. The rest will figure itself out. Sammy, I've done calorie counting, fad diets, and other methods to lose weight. With all the information out there, how do you narrow down the BS and do what's best for you? Calorie counting is definitely not something you should be looking at right away, in my opinion. Fad diets are exactly what those are. With all the information, that's why you do the elimination diet. You need to customize for yourself. You are your own scientist. And what does science take? It takes attention. It takes focus. It takes consistency. It takes conscious effort and execution. And it takes time. And guess what most people don't want to do is put in effort and time. So by doing an elimination diet, what are you doing? You are testing on yourself which foods work best for your body. You're going to find that many, if not most of the foods that you're used to eating that's socially acceptable are actually tearing your body apart and making you feel like absolute shit. So when you're cutting out a lot of these things like processed dairy and grains and simple sugars and a lot of these inflammatory vegetables and like vegetable oils, seed oils, there's a lot of things out there that are clogging up the human system, interrupting the endocrine system from all sorts of lifestyle habits and products. But doing what's best for you is literally taking upon yourself to navigate your individual needs, but test these things yourself. So the elimination diet is just a very simple process that takes you through several weeks of keeping certain commonly inflammatory foods that commonly cause people issues for one reason or another, and then testing them one at a time. So you eliminate these things from your palate, from your environment, and your body resets. So your sensitivity resets. And then when you test them after 6 to 8 weeks, you will, I don't want to say it's exaggerated, but you'll really feel the results of what these foods do. Like a lot of you will reintroduce grains and you'll have crazy bloating. You'll feel, oh my God, my stomach hurts so much, or you'll get a bad migraine, or your joints will ache, or you'll just feel so sluggish and pass out. You'll feel these major differences because your body has resensitized to these foods that you've been used to eating your entire life. So you do it the right way. You start from the bottom up, and it just takes time. it takes time and takes effort. And most people just want to be like, hey, what do you think about keto? Should I do this? Should I do that? Rather than experimenting and actually putting these things into practice and doing it right from an individualized standpoint. It just takes time. And most people don't really they don't think it's possible. They don't see the importance. They don't really understand how important that is. But any of you that have done the elimination diet, you know that when you feel it, and drop it in the comments below, because a lot of you are watching live and you've experienced this. Once you feel how the food affects your body, there's a light switch that goes off. How many of you have reintroduced a food, felt something, right? Had a negative side effect and realized, oh my God. You feel it, you experience it. Until you experience it firsthand, it just sounds like I'm saying, well, cut these foods out and don't eat these for a while, but I love these foods, but it's so restrictive. When you uninstall your operating system and you realize a lot of these foods aren't for human consumption. Oh, I shouldn't be eating these anyway. They're not really food products for a human. You start shifting the way you look at these things. Let's see. Tyler, would there be any alternatives for protein if I don't have access to meat? I mean, there's protein in a lot of things. There's protein in vegetables and beans and rice and stuff. Like, I wouldn't recommend getting your protein from that. There's protein in a lot of things, but it's not biologically available as eggs and meat, for example. I'm not going to sit here and recommend plant sources of protein and people that, I'm not going to be recommending you. That's why people do rice and beans, because you get complete proteins from that, but they're not as biologically available as, for example, beef. You're just getting partial amino acid profiles from each. They kind of overlap, but it's not as available for the human body as it is from animal products. Sammy, follow up. My family says it's too extreme. It's so difficult when people question what you're doing. Well, yeah. Get used to that. Get used to that. Get used to people not understanding. They don't have to. They don't have to understand what you're doing. They don't have to agree. They don't have to condone it. It's what you're doing. And if you're doing it for the right reasons, which are for your reasons, if you're doing it for the right reasons for you, you're being authentic to yourself, then it doesn't matter what they think. Everyone's going to say things are too extreme. People that are satisfied being average, people that are satisfied doing the status quo, people that are satisfied staying in their little comfort zone, not doing anything that might trigger anyone else in their circle, that might not go against any of the grain, the grain around them, whether it's social or political or nutritionally, culturally. Yeah, you're always going to be that, what are you doing? You're going to be the outcast. Get used to it. Get used to it. Most people want to be right there in the middle. Most people don't want to try too hard. They don't want a spotlight on them. They don't want to explain what they're doing. They don't have an original thought in their fucking head. That's most people with most things. You're not going to extreme. I mean, Sammy, look, Sammy says, I bought the unlimited program and plan on doing the 90-day dash. My family just thinks I'm going too extreme. I will tell you something, and most of the people watching live are Swolenormous X members. So again, welcome to the fam. There's nothing extreme about the SwoleFam. There's nothing extreme about what we're doing. I literally right now, I'm not saying you're accusing me of, doesn't matter. I'm not saying anything extreme. I'm talking about eating real food. I'm talking about doing real exercise. We're just talking about the 7 pillars. So think about it objectively. People look at the 7 pillars and are thinking that's extreme. People are calling having a solid, tight-knit community extreme. You mean surrounding yourself with the environment, with the people and the things and the podcasts or videos and the information and books and stuff for people and things that inspire you, that educate you and help push you forward. Nutrition, eating real quality food, is that extreme? Training regularly, that's extreme. Proper recovery, hydration, getting quality sleep every night, is that extreme? Mobility, yoga, right? Taking care of your body, is that extreme? Mindfulness, training, brain gains, being able to stay present, focused, more mindful throughout the day in your life, is that extreme? Being consistent, a lot of that is seen as like a fringe. you're consistent. How many people are consistent today? How many people actually think about any of these things? But is that really extreme? Is that really... It's not extreme. You're eating real fucking food, taking care of your health. It's actually what should be happening, but because everyone else is living in this matrix cloud of just time-wasting, brain-numbing garbage, whether it comes from fucking Netflix or TV or the news and just the food, you're just numbed inside and out like a Brave New World. You're just completely numb, completely dumb and numb, and happier than a pig in shit when it comes to it. So everything else, you're extreme if you're exercising regularly and eating healthy. You don't want to eat this junk food and you're going to the gym. You're so extreme. It's pretty pathetic, actually. What's up, Mike? I'm still looking for cheap applause. Just a reminder, it's my 12th anniversary today. Well, happy anniversary, Mike. There's your cheap applause. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. It's not extreme. It's not extreme. Let's see. Tyler felt amazing after eliminating dairy, grains, and processed sugars. Now I have implemented beef and higher quality foods, lost 60 pounds, and gained 5 pounds of muscle. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's see. Brian, Sammy, my family gives me crap all the time about my eating habits and the views I'm vocal about now in regards to exercise and fitness. All the vocal ones are overweight or obese. Thanks for sharing, Brian. Makes sense, right? People that are talking the biggest shit are, it offends them. They see what they're not doing. Let's see. Bandit. Oh yeah, ate pizza at a friend's place. Felt like shit for 3 days. Bloating, heartburn. Stupid of me. Well, you learn. You live and learn. Let's see. Terry. If you do the elimination diet and you eat a wrong food for yourself, you'll get almost instant feedback. For me, it was oatmeal. I felt like my insides were going to explode. That's such an uncomfortable feeling. You never want to have that again. It's really that simple. Once you experience it firsthand, you just don't want to experience it again. If you feel like crap, and most of you know this, it's like having food poisoning. If your stomach feels like it's like, fighting you and like you're tearing apart your gut, it's not something you want to happen. You're not thinking, well, I'm going to do this next weekend. This was great. What a cheat meal. You're like, fuck, I'm avoiding that food. I just don't want to feel miserable. You don't want to feel like absolute shit. And a lot of times you're not going to feel those. You're not going to sense or feel that, I guess, I don't want to use the word extreme because we're using it in different contexts, but you're not going to feel the severity of those symptoms from eating certain foods if you're eating them all the time, because your body gets used to consuming them. Remember, your body is trying to adapt in order to keep like even keel from day to day. So if you're eating junk food a lot, your body will adapt in many ways, and you'll get used to this type of low-level inflammation. Your body will get used to having these food, quote, invaders coming into the body. So your normal state will be a low level of chronic pain and bloating. And that's why you see grown men, adults, people that are not, let's say, overweight or obese per se elsewhere, arms and legs, but they have a huge distended gut. That's not the stomach. When someone has a huge gut, like a man that looks like they're pregnant, that's not their stomach. That's their small intestine. That's their gut. That's hardcore chronic inflammation. That's ridiculous amounts of inflammation, leaky gut, all this coming from their small intestines. That's really sad. You see these guys with a huge, hard, distended gut. These people are extremely compromised for their immune system. They're extremely compromised with their health, and it's preventable. It's just but that's become the new normal. The new normal is to be chronically inflamed. The new normal is to be bloated all the time. You're not supposed to feel bloated after a meal. Oh my God, I feel so bloated. You're not supposed to feel, quote, fat. You're not supposed to feel bloated. You're not supposed to have pain in your fucking gut. You're not supposed to have your stomach jutting out because it's like, why would that be normal? Why is that normal? Why are we allowing that to be normal? Let's see. Kashina, my family comes down on me for being so focused on my health, and I get questions as to why I go to the gym every day and what is my goal. Sheesh, does it suck? Everyone deals with it. Everyone deals with it. Any chance for a 7 Pillars shirt? Absolutely. All that stuff is coming soon. We have the flags coming soon too. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff themed, a lot of Swolenormous X themed apparel coming. So that's we just have so many releases. We actually, I think tomorrow we might be having another release. I know we just dropped the Signature Series, which ends tonight, but we have some more Swolenormous apparel. We have a lot of designs coming. So that's all been planned. So we'll try to get up a lot of these designs before the holidays so we can launch that perfect time of year for some new nip covering apparel. Tyler, have you heard of ground salmon? Ooh. Is it something that should be beneficial in terms of where it came from? I mean, it matters where it came from. Ground salmon. Have I heard of it? I've seen like patties, like ground salmon patties, or is it coming in a can or something? You just got to be careful when you have canned foods because of the lining, like BPA and all the other bisphenols and stuff and linings that can happen, when it comes to canning foods. And also it definitely matters where the salmon came from. Thoughts on intermittent fasting? Nice troll, Pedro.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Any thoughts on intermittent fasting?
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
No thoughts on intermittent fasting. That's a troll. That's a joke. That's a joke. Anytime someone wants to ask a question that I fucking hate, you ask about intermittent fasting. Papa Swole, what do you think about not eating all day long? I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great fucking idea. Just pick a time window and eat between those hours. I eat between daylight hours. I don't eat after the sun goes down. I try to stop a little bit before. So I'll stop kind of like in the late afternoon, and then I'm good. And that's it. And then in the morning when I wake up, if I feel hungry, I'll eat. If I really want to eat, I'll eat. If I don't, I don't. But I eat during the daylight, like a human should. That's it. It makes me feel great. I feel good. And I eat certain foods. I eat certain foods that work best for me, and I eat as much as I want. Train hard, stuff face, make some sick fucking gains. Oh. Well, there we go. That's not bad.
I give it a 10. A fucking 10.
I see you, baby. I see you over there. I see you. Trace, advice on correcting anterior pelvic tilt. Sure. It can come from a couple different places. It can come from the ankles, the foot and ankle complex. It could also come from the hips. So you may, and very likely, have tight hip flexors and weaker glutes and posterior chain, but also you should be looking at your calves. So I would work on doing anterior tibialis work, doing toe lifts against the wall. You could also use a tib blaster to strengthen the anterior tibialis on the front of your shin, and also stretching out your calves. So yoga helps a lot with this, with the soleus and the gastrocnemius, making sure that you're lengthening. If you're wearing heels a lot or elevated boots or shoes, that gives you a chronic plantar flex position with the ankle and will shorten your Achilles tendon and your triceps surae, which is your gastrocnemius and your soleus, your calf complex over time. So that's important. Also, your gluteus medius is important to train. If you have weaker hips and tight ankles, you might get some knee valgus, where your knees kind of cave in during a squat, and that could put a lot of extra pressure on your knee joints. So making sure using those bands for lateral tube walking is great, or using the booty bands or something around like your lower thigh, just above your knees while you're doing squats. So you get to have a resisted abduction while you're doing squats is actually great too as well. We were doing squats yesterday. Mama Swole and I were doing squats, and I was making sure, so when she's down in a deep squat, I'm behind her and I'm kind of putting my hands on the outside of her thigh saying push out, making sure, because if I don't do that, her knees might kind of like buckle in at the bottom when she's trying to drive up. So it's just like a mental cue for her to drive and kind of screw her femurs out while she's in the deep squat coming up, and then just putting my hands there, boom, perfect form. So those are some good ideas right there. But if you have an anterior pelvic tilt, that's going to come down to lengthening your hip flexors, but also, mobilizing your hips in general. So practicing yoga, doing some focused hip strengthening So you could use like the monkey feet, or you can tie like a dumbbell to your foot and do like the marching, like one knee up to your chest, lifting, doing some hip flexor strengthening because you need to lengthen it, but also strengthen it. Also, you could do some standing leg curls or some glute ham raises with a roller for your hamstrings, strengthen your hamstrings from a lengthened position, and also work on your anterior tibialis. Those are things that can help tremendously. And the gluteus medius work. What are these flags you speak of? Oh, remember I showed like a month or two ago. I have two. They over here, or did I move them? I got two flags. I have a SwoleFam flag and I have the 7 Pillars flag. I haven't hung them up yet because we haven't redone the gym yet. But we'll be launching flags on papaswolio.com that you can get soon. Don't worry. I announced it like a month. I think we announced it during Back to Swole, right? Was that during Back to Swole? It was like a little teaser trailer. Back to Swole. Fucking my face with eggs. Very nice, Josh. Very nice. I had 6 egg yolks. I had a little breakfast. I had some raw liver, some bone marrow, avocado, some I love cold ribeye steak from yesterday. I love it. And 6 egg yolks. Yum, 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 yum. Feel fantastic. Tyler, did you play any sports in high school or college? Baseball. Baseball. Nick, don't hip raises. Hip raises. You mean like hip bridges, like on your back, like with your glutes? They can. You're strengthening your glutes. That will help in part, but you have to also lengthen your hip flexors and strengthen them as well. So it helps. It depends on where it's coming from. If you are, for example, if you have really tight ankles and your calves are really tight, when you're in a squat, it's not gonna allow your knee to travel over your toes as much. So you could do deep lunges as well to really strengthen your knees and lengthen your calves and mobilize your foot and ankle complex. It'll help for sure. Activating your glutes is important because that'll help balance out the tension in your hips. All right, couple more questions. Tyler, would you want to make your own music? I already do. Papa Swolio sings, baby. I got a whole album as featured on the DWG. All right, let's take one or two more questions. I'll take one from Instagram. Let's see. This one is Ryan Peterson Copeland. You should put your social security number in your screen name as well. All right, I'm just trolling. What should I tell friends or family members who think exercise is a waste of time? Oh, this goes right for Sammy. You can tell them I got something special. You can tell them.
Go fuck yourself.
There you go. Tell them to go fuck themselves. Tell them to go fuck themselves. Look, here's the thing. You can't pick your family, right? You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. Just because you share the same DNA doesn't mean you have to like them. Okay. I'm not telling you to, I'm not telling you to have a bad relationship with your family, but you can't choose whom you're related to specifically. So your friends, you do have a choice. If they think exercise is a waste of time, it depends on what that is leading to in your life. They don't have to exercise, but when you are pursuing health, wellness, when you're pursuing exercise, it really does separate the people that you spend time with, because there's a lot of things that the average person does that someone that takes care of their health just doesn't do. Like there's going to be less instances where you're going to find crossover. Like you're not going to want to go out binge drinking or just go and stuff face on a Friday night. You're going to want to go to the gym or get to sleep at a decent hour so you can get up and go crush on a Saturday morning at the gym when it's nice and quiet and start the weekend off right. You can pick your friends. I would recommend finding people based on what you're passionate about. Fitness is different than, oh, I like to play music. Okay, like if you like to play music, does your nutrition make a difference? It can, of course, but at the same time, you can go someplace and people that are obese and skinny and tall and short, whatever, and they're all playing music. Okay. But if you're talking about like connecting as with when you're connecting with friends, why do you really connect? You connect because you share similar interests. Fitness is a lot different. Fitness and health, eating properly, living a healthy lifestyle, especially when you're part of the SwoleFam and you're following the 7 pillars, it's a constant thing. It's a constant reformulating. It's a constant reassessment. It's a constant development. It's a constant moving forward. It's a constant progression. And it's not stressful. It's not like, oh my God, I have to get better today. I have to get 1% better today. I have to get 1% better. It just means that over time, like that's your outlook. That's what you're trying to do. That's where you're heading. You're always working on doing the best you can in the moment. And you're going to find that once you get swole pilled, once you start pursuing that swole life, you have a lot less in common with, you're going to find that you have a lot less in common with some people that you've spent time with in the past than you realized. And you realize how it can get divergent. Now, a lot of friends are friends for a time. You'll have friends that you were friends with in high school and you barely talk anymore. You have friends from college that you never talk to again. You have friends from when you were really little that you kind of have the rest of your life. So some friends or a lot of friends are friends for a season. And I think as you go through your multiple lives, because you do go through different lives in your lifetime. I'm different now than I was 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm different 5 or 6 years ago than I was 10 years before that. So you have different phases in your life. And I think people bring friends through these different phases when they shouldn't, in many cases. There are some friends, and you all know who they are. You have some friends that you are close with and you talk to and you hang out through all these different phases of your life since you were little or for the last 10 years and 15 years. Like there are those friends that are there and you kind of connect throughout all these different changes in your life. And there are some people that you were friends with for a while because you had a job and then you left. You never talked to them again and you don't care. That's how it works. Not every friendship needs to last forever. And I think most people hang on to friendships like they're supposed to. You're not supposed to be friends forever with everyone. You could be acquaintances. Doesn't mean you have to hate them or be rude to them or egg their house. It just means that you might just grow apart. And what you shared in common was a job that you both hated. It's like, okay, you left that job. It's like, maybe you're not super close to them anymore because you're just kind of commiserating and dealing with the situation. A lot of people do that with their work. You have your friends, quote unquote, with your coworkers, because those are the people that you're spending time with and you have no fucking choice and you barely get out anywhere else because you're working all the time. So you're spending time with the people that you're around. And doesn't mean that it was a fake friendship. It just means that you spend time with these people a lot. So guess who you're going to hang out with? The people that you spend time with a lot, the people that you're exposed to. But you don't necessarily have to bring these things through different phases of your life. People change. Focuses change. Anyway, let's see. Tyler, on active recovery days, should I be doing higher fats or carbs for that proper recovery and relax the muscles? No, that's not how it works. Higher fats or carbs? No, just eat the foods that you normally would. Relax the muscles, higher fats or carbs? No, just eat the foods that you would normally eat. Like the foods that you would eat don't change based on what day it is. Like, hey, I'm not working out today. I'm going to eat different foods. I personally don't work like that. I eat the same foods, maybe in different quantities. Maybe I'm not as hungry because I'm not training as hard. Maybe I don't need as many carbohydrates because I'm not training super hard that day. So that could be something that you find that you just don't want as many. I'm not going to necessarily stuff tons of like sweet potatoes in my mouth. If I'm not doing a heavy training day, for example, I just might not feel like it. Not a bad question. Pedro, I would counter with how much time do you think is wasted watching Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Peacock BS cable programming? That will make him upset. Probably. Yeah, Christopher, it's kind of sad too because you still care about them, but you got to keep focused and not really care about their feelings. I know from experience, it's shitty. You have to focus on yourself. You have to. You have to. And I think that's the best way to say it, Peaceful Bandit. I have outgrown many friends. It happens. Yeah, you've outgrown people. And it doesn't mean, when you say outgrowing, it doesn't mean like, hey, I'm better than you, so I don't need you anymore because I'm better than you. That's not what outgrowing means. It just means you're going a different direction. Like, oh, I'm at this place. This person isn't there. Like, it's really hard to take care of your health, train well, eat well, and surround yourself with people that are just not doing anything. It's so fundamental. The 7 pillars are so fundamental. When you have people around you, seriously, pillar number 1 is that it's community. So pillar number 1 already separates you from people that are not focused on the right things. Community, pillar number 1 will already make that separation. There just isn't crossover. This is so foundational. How do you spend time with a lot of people that just don't care about any of these fucking things? You're busy doing a lot of these things all the time. And you can absolutely do these things with other people, but they have to be on the same wavelength as you. And you can't force people to do this. And they're going to be standoffish. They're going to be like, maybe a little bit of aggressive, or they're going to take cheap shots at you or say, stupid things, but you're doing things for the best reason, for your reasons. And you can't do it for other people. They have to do it for themselves. Josh, I have work besties from Five Guys. Haven't had contact since I left. Yep. Mike, seriously, what are friends? I know a bunch of people and I'm okay without knowing anything about them. Yeah. So I agree. And Nick kind of said it right here. Lots of acquaintances, few actual friends. Yeah. I don't take time away from what I need to do for a lot of people. I don't. There's a lot of people that I know, but I don't go and hang out all the time. Like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Hey, what are you doing tonight? No, I got a lot of stuff to do, and I like to do my things in my way, and I like to fly solo in many cases. But I do have people in my circle and in my circle of friends and community that have similar interests and are on the same wavelength, and people have goals and aspirations and they're working hard. And oftentimes when you're really close to people that are working their ass off, you don't talk to them all the time because you're busy working, you're busy doing stuff, you're busy focusing on your own individual goals. Doesn't mean you can't link up and inspire one another. So it depends on what kind of a person you are. And some people need a lot more connection. They need to be around people all the time. Everyone's different. But just understand that you need to be doing this for the right reasons. And don't keep people around for pity. Don't keep people around that are holding you back. Don't keep people around that are negative. Don't keep people around that are not don't keep people around that are dragging you down. Trace, I learned that when my roommate in college and close friend in high school said he doesn't care if his lifestyle puts him into an early grave. Jesus Christ, can't let people hold you back. People say that people always say that. I don't care if it puts me in an early grave. You only live once. They'll say that until they're a couple steps away from that early grave, and then they'll start voicing their regrets. Judith, I can't be around my oldest friend for longer than an hour or 2 at the most. Yeah, sometimes you have those seismic shifts and those changes in your perspective, and like you just can't even be around someone too long. It's just hard. I do find it hard to be around some people, just the way the way they treat themselves, or just the way I just don't look at the world the way a lot of people do, the way the vast majority does. So it depends on where you're at. It depends on where you're at, like the things you like to discuss, the things that you're thinking about. It's hard for me to have just very bland, wasteful conversations like, oh, how's this weather? Oh, it's looking a little bit cloudy today, Tom. Just the boring ass, banal, mind-numbing stuff that people just want to. It's like a drug. It's like a psychological drug. Just numb my brain. Let's watch a movie or watch TV and just like punch out and just let the TV just brainwash me and zonk me out. I'd rather do shit. I'd rather exercise. I'd rather read. I'd rather just unplug from a lot of the stuff that people are eager to plug into. Oh, very nice. Happy birthday. Just realized the accountability meeting is on my birthday. Absolutely. Happy birthday. Nick, I hate when coworkers try to buddy up with me. The vast majority are women. In an office setting, I have to walk on eggshells when it comes to how I say things. Oh, yeah. I would agree with that. Be smart. Be smart. Keep that job, right? All right. Hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. Great conversation. It's tough. It's tough, fam. It's tough if you have people in your circle, whether they're friends or family members. This is why you need to tighten your circle. You need to focus on filling your cup. You have to focus on doing the things that's right for you, because then you will be a more complete person. You develop yourself more fully, and then you can choose more wisely who you spend time with. And here's the thing. If you respect yourself, and I'll end with this, if you respect yourself, you take care of your health, you're focusing on you. It's not being selfish in a bad way. It's being selfish in a good way. If you're focusing on the things that you need for you, guess what? You're fulfilling yourself. You're going to be a more complete person for you. You're going to figure out more who you are as a person. And if you're respecting yourself as a person and you love yourself as a person and you understand who you are, guess whom you're going to look for in another person. Kind of like a reflection of your virtues and a reflection of your beliefs in a good way, or a reflection of your own respect for yourself. And you're going to find that in other people. And that's why when you focus on yourself, you take care of yourself, you put your head down, blinders on. That's why you start quote unquote meeting people. Like, wow, you start meeting the right people. It's because you're noticing those qualities in other people in a way that you didn't before, because now you're noticing that in yourself. So then you notice those types of qualities in other people, and then you're going to find people. You're going to meet someone at the gym, or you're going to find someone that also likes to go to the gym. You're like, oh, let's go train. And then you find a new, lifting buddy or something, and then or a friend or whatever it is. You start to spend time and focus on things in different areas that you're interested in taking care of your health and heading towards your goals. And you'll cross paths with people that reflect the same principles. It just takes time, and it's hard when you're surrounded with negativity. So that's why it's great that we all have the Daily Swole. We have the SwoleFam. We can come here and make some sick fucking gains. And even if you don't have those people, again, another reason to show up here every day, plug into the fam. You could join the fam, swolenormousx.com, jump into the Telegram chats, and, plug into your SwoleFam community, because it's tough when you don't have that in your circle. It's tough when you don't have it, when you have like maybe negative family members or people that are like literally around you all the time. That's brutal. But you have to put those blinders on. You still have to get it done. Still have to focus on the most important things. Let's give away today's Swole card. Swole Privilege. For a chance to win today's Swole card, you had to put Swole Privilege in the comments. Falcon, let's give it away. What we got here, fam? Who's got some Swole Privilege? Scroll. I saw the word butthole. In the comments. Definitely a fan. We got a goose. We got a goose egg. One more time. Come on, Falcon. Pick me a winner. I saw a lot of people drop some hashtags. I saw it. Cold steak is amazing. Scroll. I keep missing like barely. 3, 2, 1, 0. One more time, Falcon. Oh, it's close. It's like Russian roulette. We're going to hit that. We're going to hit one soon. Oh, I saw someone drop a Skynet. Scroll. Swole Privilege. Scroll. One more time, Falcon, my God. You better pick someone. We got it. Oh, we got one. And look, it isn't your birthday tomorrow. Look at that. How that fucking works out. Congratulations. Fittingly, Sammy. Falcon, took you long enough. All right. We had to go all the way back down to the bottom. Nailed it. Swole Privilege. Congratulations, Sammy. Now you can tell your family to go fuck themselves. You have some Swole Privilege. Fantastic. It fucking worked out. God, that's actually perfect. Now you can take this Swole Privilege card and go to your family and be like, you see, I have Swole Privilege. So now next time your family is being annoying, you can show them the Swole Privilege. Oh, that's what it should be. It should be like a Swole Privilege card. You're like, no dumb shit in my face right now. I got Swole privilege. So now you can pull that card out. We should sell those. We should sell Swole privilege cards and be like, nah, I'm pulling the Swole privilege card on you. Stop talking about your dumb shit. Time to make some sick fucking gains. Hashtag Swole privilege. All right, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 2000 and foie in the subject and your mailing address in the body of the email. That's fucking lit. That's fucking lit. Congratulations. I like that. Swole privilege card. Fuck you. I got my Swole privilege. All right, fam. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Make some sick fucking gains. Go make some sick fucking gains. Take care of yourself. Tomorrow is our accountability meeting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Don't miss out on that. We're about to play some cock piano in a second. But a reminder, today is the last day to jump on the Papa Swolio's signature series. SwoleNormousX.com/signature. One-time release only. One-time release only. Limited time. SwoleNormousX.com/signature. If you're a member, log into your account and just click that button right there on the top of the page. I like that, Matt. The back of the card, the back of the card tells them to fuck off. Yeah, here's my Swole privilege card. Turn the back. Fuck off. God damn it. All right, so go make some gains. Remember, if you haven't yet grabbed your signature series apparel, go and do so. It's available till midnight tonight. And of course, if you're not yet a member of the fam, you can also head on over to SwoleNormousX.com and use code FYR10 for an additional $10 off your unlimited membership. That ends tonight. Special code ends tonight. Save up to 37% off. We got a lot of awesome stuff going on. I cannot wait for those. I cannot wait for the signature series to start going out. That's going to be fucking fire. So anyway, let's nut this beach. Go have a great Sunday. Enjoy. Great questions. As always, you beaches. Falcon, take us away.
In your general direction.
I'm a fair guy. This heat is making me absolutely crazy.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Fucking people.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
USA, greatest country in the world.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
He's heating up!
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
We choose truth over facts.
We'll see everyone tomorrow for the accountability meeting. It's going to be fire. All right, enjoy. Enjoy making those sick fucking gains, fam. Go make some gains.
He's on fire!
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Come on, man. I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that didn't.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
A jelly donut?
Here we go. Let's see if I can do it without hitting all the keys. Tactical. That tactical piano cog. Left, right, left. Fucking nailed it again. Oh. There we go. Just the tip. Just the tip of the tip. Just the tip of the tip.
Hello, baby.
Have to be just at the tip. That way I don't just mash all the keys. Fam, thank you for being here for an amazing Red, White, and Swole Sunday Funday Q&A. As always, go join the fam. Learn more at SwoleNormusX.com. Before you leave, hit that like button and leave a review. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you like to bang your ear holes. Check out all the links to all the places where you can enjoy the Mancast over at www.thedailyswole.com. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Remember, The Daily Swole on TikTok, Papa Swole on TikTok. Go check it out. And we'll be back here tomorrow for the accountability meeting, episode 2005, private for members only. So if you're not yet a member, you could join for less than $5. Check it out, SwoleNormusX.com, and be there tomorrow. Brand new releases and awesome SwoleFam posts. More gorillas in closing. We'll see you all tomorrow, all right? 2005, 10 a.m. Eastern time. That way you'll be there for the accountability meeting, and I will see you there. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no